as Chaos's favor.
And now we're going to be hopping right into the match, right into the ban phase. Last time these two teams played, we actually saw them ban out Glaz and Echo from Toon Squad and Nomad and Maestro on OC. But that was on Consulate. This is on Oregon, but I wouldn't be too surprised to see it. And Maverick's the first ban on the board from Toon Squad. They're going to be defending, so that makes a lot of sense that they would bring that ban out. We're going to see what Organized Chaos brings out on their ban.
Yeah, a pretty interesting ban to say the least, because normally you would see a Thatcher or a Hibana get banned out for the attackers at least, and a Maverick getting taken off the board is one that puzzles me a little bit, but it's obviously something that Toon Squad has been practicing with. It's something that they've been preparing for, and hopefully it'll provide some really good dividends for Toon Squad moving on through this matchup. But as you can see on your screen, we already have Glaz getting off the board, so those will be our two attackers getting taken off of this matchup. We'll be moving on into our third operator as well as our first defender, and that's going to be Maestro getting taken off as well.
Yeah, not a surprising ban out from Toon Squad, although they are going on defense first. But Maestro's been a lot harder to get rid of because the bulletproof cams. But with the new, I would say, nerf where the Thatcher can open it and the Twitch can open it, that's probably not that shocking to get rid of, even though he does have the bulletproof cams. We're going to be seeing the last ban coming out, which is the Mira. Now, she's pretty necessary on a lot of defenses, so I'm curious to see what kind of change-ups they really bring out to make sure that the Mira really doesn't affect them too much or lack thereof.
Yeah, it'd be really interesting how the Mira comes out, because normally if Mira is not banned, you see Organized Chaos when they go to their defense, you try to utilize the Mira as best as they can. And interestingly enough, we're going to be having a Blitz come out, and what's really surprising to me is that it was Fultz, but it looks like he might switch away from this Capital onto the Blitz, considering that was his first pick. See how this happens on through, and no, he's going to lock on through with that Capital, so no Blitz coming on through. Fultz just providing us with a little bit of a tease.
Yeah, I mean, Capital with this new bolts that we've talked about it last week, talked about it this week again, I bet, especially on the basement defense that we're about to see. Capital makes a huge difference with those new Capital bolts, and hopping right into the first round, we're going to see how it gets used pretty much. Buck isn't too useful on this basement defense, although a lot of teams tend not to go basement first, but Toons is going to be going down there first. So unfortunate they brought the Buck, but maybe they'll be able to use the frag grenades for something else.
Well, the Buck, in my opinion, isn't too bad at the pick. It's soft destruction at the very least. He's able to utilize nades to force defenders out of positioning. And one thing that I like to do with Buck on this map especially is to go upstairs into the attic, where you climb that ladder that you're seeing on the left side of your screen. You can go into the attic and Buck below on the north side of attic, and you can look all the way through on the tower turret, as you can pretty much just cut off the flank. And if no one on Toon Squad is prepared for that, that's just an absolute free kill.
Yeah, it's an absolute free kill, especially when you have a team like Toons that likes to play a little bit more aggressively, especially inside of meeting. And we're going to be seeing this Buck coming out. Murphy getting the opening kill. Didn't connect, unfortunately, but definitely saw him moving into meeting. Looks like they're going to be going for a north side tower take. Try to clear out the meeting from that side. It's a little bit easier than trying to clear it out from the south side, given that you can get rid of the meeting walls a little bit easier.
Now it's going to be Brainbow getting droned out now by Art, and I think that was Chef sitting inside a small tower going for an early peek, all the way peeking over to tower. Looks like Rainbow has rotated away from his position and will now be situated over on the bottom of White stairs.
Yeah, and he was looking for that Capital now. Might be going for the run out and connect the Capital. What a great opening kill coming from Brainbow on that one.
Really huge impact, because not only is that Fultz dead, who's the IGL, but that's also your Capital. So your only set of smokes are now gone, and it's only been the first minute of the round here. You still haven't gotten the hatch open. You still haven't really made any kind of progress on the site. So a huge heads-up play coming out for Brainbow there, and that'll put things really good in really good standings right now with Toon Squad.
Yeah, and you see that the defense kind of fell off of that after that pick, and that was a really great pick to have. And we see a lot of damage that got done to the attackers too. Not everyone is on full HP. We got all the defenders downstairs. They don't know that they're not attacking the south side yet, especially the Capital gone. We're probably going to be seeing them just try to push up those stairs a little bit more. But OC is setting up for a back take still, even though they lost that Capital, which is probably the right call, because you really need that Capital to push south side of the basement.
True enough, indeed. Already we're closing on to the third round. Closing on to the 3rd minute here. Time's winding down now. It's gonna be popped on from Oasis, but Rainbow getting really cautious, or I'm sorry, really scary, close to that doorway. If Oasis was in the right positioning, there, he would have been able to take him down. But Prod's gonna come on through and delete the bulletproof cam that was placed by Chef. So at least Rainbow has some kind of information that there's some kind of push happening through the back, but you still have Factors sitting inside of lobby. The time is starting to run down now for the attackers of Organized Chaos. There's a whole lot of action coming on through. It's got to be a huge C4. Rainbow coming over the second. Rainbow with the third onto Oasis. With
Oh
the
my
fourth.
God.
Coming out with the M59. Can he find the 5th? It's going to be hard above, but no. Factor is there for the 5th and final frag. Toon Squad comes up big off the backs of Rainbow. What a round for Rainbow and Toon Squad. Oh my god.
You don't normally see a mute shotgun SMG-11 do as much work as he just did in that small amount of time. Getting that 3K towards right at the end, and honestly, if that IQ would have dropped, probably would have been the ace to close that out. But getting the opening kill on the Capitao really slowed them down, and then closing that out with a 3K, and then Factor coming up to get the final kill. What a push by Rainbow, really.
Absolutely big brain coming out from Rainbow. No pun intended, but yeah, really just absolutely monstrous performance coming out from him that round. Just completely dominating everybody on Organized Chaos. Losing faults early on really showed just how weak this team is without those smokes, and it really just allowed Rainbow to run all the way inside of Supply and take down 4 members of Organized Chaos, just taking on every single 1v1 he could, and he ended up winning every single gunfight. So big props to Rainbow for coming up big for Toon Squad there.
Yeah, and he's living up to his name. Let's hope we can see more out of him, because we were talking about it during the beginning. He has done some work on this team, and I really feel like he's gonna be leading the way almost. And that's a great opening round to have for Toon Squad. Let's hope they can keep up that momentum going into the next couple of rounds, because again, this matchup is really, really important. So they got to keep the momentum on their side, especially on a map like Oregon that typically goes 50-50 on a lot of sites.
Now, one thing I also want to mention is that Rainbow almost got the same amount of kills in one round than he did in his entire matchup against Organized Chaos the first time around. The last time that they played, when they were on Consulate, Rainbow went 5 and 7 in rounds.
Yeah, and that, I mean, you see Merc right here trying to look for whoever was peeking there. And we saw this last week on Toon Squad. They like to just set up the peaks and they play a little bit more aggressively. They didn't connect too many times last week, but I think it slows you down when you see a barricade open or a window open. You're not really sure if you'll be able to not sure if someone's there. In fact, they're getting the opening kill, following it up from last round onto Merc. That's a really big pick onto the Bucks. Soft destruction pretty much gone unless they have some breach charges, but the big soft destruction and frag grenades off the board.
That's a huge pick because that completely deletes any kind of vertical pressure that can be used inside of the kitchen. So already a great start yet again for Toon Squad. And again, that's a lot of nades, a lot of utility down for the attackers. And Organized Chaos just looking really shaky right now.
Yeah, looking really shaky. In fact, they're getting that opening kill, slowed them down. It seems like they keep getting an opening kill and then backing off completely. You saw those 2 roamers downstairs completely pulled back. They're probably going to move back up into master bedroom or maybe into armory. But they like to play this like opening pick and then kind of let the other team slow down a lot. But you see Rainbow just not giving up that position completely, sitting inside main lobby right now. Capitao's trying to push through, but he doesn't have bulletproof cams, getting the headshot onto Chef. That's going to be Prod getting his first kill inside of Challenger League.
Great droning coming out from Prod there, and that's going to be the Pulse dead. That's the only C4 down as well. So a lot of intel, a lot of information. Oh no, but Glitch doesn't land the headshot quite yet onto Prod, trying to get into a scuffle here, but you also have Oasis sitting on the rappel. Those new fireballs coming on through. Oasis is going to be able to take down Glitch, and that'll be a great fireball coming out from Prod. So Prod finds himself 2 frags. And already Oasis gets the 3rd, so after a dismal start for Organized Chaos, they're turning things around. Oasis with the 3rd, getting it onto Factor, and it's all up to Rainbow as he finds Prod, but Bolt's there to shut him down outside of the big window, and Organized Chaos went out the 2nd round in a very convincing fashion.
It almost seemed like they had the shakes last round and they just came back. They brushed it off and came back and a lot stronger, even though they lost that early pick. And Art going to be DCing right now, but I honestly, you got to give it to Factor for getting the opening kill. Unfortunately, the Echo died on that one, and couldn't really do too much in that corner, but it looks like a rehost is going to be coming out. But what a big play from Prod, getting those 2 kills right when he did.
Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and break off into a rehost right now. So just allow me and Josh to kind of bring back these last 2 rounds, talk about exactly what happened there. So Organized Chaos and Toon Squad.
I'm looking forward to this next matchup, and it's gonna be a dogfight either way. I'm hoping that they use that Capitao. We saw him use that Capitao Firebolt really well to clear out that Echo and ended up getting the kill on the Echo. I'm hoping we see that a lot more with the Capitao, and especially the new way that his bolts work.
I do too. I mean, in my opinion, I honestly feel it's overpowered just of how wide the fire spreads with those asphyxiating bolts. It just burns the air all around you, and it's really tough to be in a anchoring position because really, in all honesty, you're always going to have somebody watching the spot where the Capitao is going to be using his bolts at. Unfortunately, we don't have our operator band, so for those of you who might not be aware, it's currently Maverick, Glaz, Maestro, and Mira. Those 4 operators will not be allowed to be used, but we'll still have them on your screen to the bottom left. But moving on in, we'll be in round number 3. The Toon Squad will be defending upstairs yet again inside of kids' dorms. The last time we were here, things got off to a very hot start for Toon Squad, but you had Organized Chaos and really just on the back of Prod put things on his back and just say, no, you're not going to take a second round on us. And they just marched their way through and took down everyone on Toon Squad.
And I think the most important part that we'll maybe see is how they adjust to what they just saw, because we're playing on the same exact site. We just saw how they would attack it and which way they're going for, and then we had that big break. So hopefully they talked it over, see where the adjustments can be made, maybe putting 1 or 2 more people downstairs with like a reinforcement onto dining, or some way to pretty much hold downstairs a little bit better, because they gave it up pretty much as soon as they got the pick. They started backing up. Rainbow is sitting in main lobby, and everyone else went upstairs. We're seeing the same tower take again. We got someone in tower this time, though. Going to be slowing them down. If they haven't done the droning, this might be an early pick for the defenders.
Very true enough indeed. And yeah, right now sitting on the T2 spot, I believe that was going to be Rainbow sitting on that vigil, and already gonna have Talon coming in for some support over in the kids' windows, looking over to tower. And that angle is a bit interesting to use. It's not one I would normally agree with on an SMG-11, but the Talon's gonna go for maybe not opening the hatch quite just yet. But should Merc use that skeleton key and move on through into pantry, could be pretty interesting for how it happens. But Factor's gonna be prone now inside a dining hall. Ooh, tossing out a C4. Will it connect? It will not. That'll be Merc, or to be Art, getting away very.
And getting the first kill is going to be Art onto Factor. He lost a little bit of health, but it's nothing. It's nothing you can't just scratch off. And we're going to be seeing him try to take downstairs again with that IQ and Buck combination. Got someone probably droning them in, making sure that everything's clear downstairs. Looks like they might have 2 defenders roaming. Buck almost seeing the head. We're going to have Zofia pushing up the basement from the other side and pretty much pinching them outright. And that's Zofia getting the pick onto the docking. Following it back up is going to be the Vigil, the Rainbow. Going to probably be trying to hold the big tower right now, and that's exactly where he's heading to.
Yeah, I'm really thinking that Rainbow's wishing that he would have kept Chef alive there, so he would have been able to launch himself back up to around 90 HP. But things happen, Chef will fall, and that'll be the only doctor no longer alive for Toon Squad. And like I mentioned before, he had Merc died first off in the last time that we were here, but already he's just causing so much havoc and destruction below in that kitchen. And Art's going to take off the head of Glitch, so that's the Echo and the big Plantanile really being taken off the board for Toon Squad. Brown getting thrown on through inside of sight. A nade's going to come on through. Big nade comes up for Merc. And Frog gets the final blow into Rainbow. That'll be Organized Chaos taking their second round of the night.
Wow, that happened really fast. A lot of those kills we didn't even get to see because it happened so fast. It seems like OC, whatever happened between last week and this week, OC seems a lot more organized and a lot more disciplined and strategically just following everything that they have written down and they've practiced. It just really feels like a completely different team than what we watched last week.
Yeah, a completely different team indeed. And Organized Chaos, you know, just bringing in prods, bringing back the love, bringing in one of the OG members of Organized Chaos, if I remember correctly, who was on this roster since before even the qualifiers were even announced. This team was on a really big tear, just, you know, going through all the qualifiers, showing their dominance, being one of the top teams in all of the qualifiers alongside 92 Dream Team is currently in the league, even Toon Squad. So these three teams, being Toon Squad, Organized Chaos, and 92 Dream Team, were completely tearing up the qualifiers, and I was really happy to see that they had all made it. But as of right now, Organized Chaos currently sitting at that #1 spot, as we mentioned before the match started, and right now Toon Squad needs to be able to take them down if they want to have 3 points go into their pockets and have some kind of chance of making playoffs. And consequently for 92 Dream Team as well, they also need to win their matchup. Both of their matchups tonight. They play Disrupt later on, or actually they're playing Disrupt second on Stokes TV, so that'll be a really interesting match to watch up. And both 92 Dream Team's matches will be on Stokes TV.
Yeah, and Toon Squad's going to be going third here on Stream A, but hopping right into this first round, it feels like Organized Chaos is starting to read into this aggression, and I'm hoping that we maybe see a turnaround from Toon Squad, but they're not really a team to let off the gas. We're seeing this Buck and the IQ pushing in from the west side. This is a typical take you normally see from the attacking side, and they're covering a lot of ground extremely fast. 30 seconds in, they're pretty much got the whole west side cleared. They might not know it yet, but the upstairs, there's no one even there. So as long as they can do the correct droning, and it seems like they are doing that just now, they're going to know that pretty much everyone's going to be downstairs going for a little bit more of a turtle strategy.
Interestingly enough, you're going to have Chef and Glitch rotate spots now. It's interesting to me just given how more important Glitch is with that Echo, but I'm just assuming that they're just rotating Glitch on out momentarily so Chef can don't see a lot of teams do. They normally just place it in one spot and keep it there for the entirety of the map, but you know, this is Toon Squad. They have the big brains on the team, and right away, you know, you see Chef and Glitch just already rotating back through. You have Chef sitting on T2. You have Factor moving on through into meeting. Oh, but he's gonna get super close. Merc sitting up top inside of Attic.
Yeah, you can see him trying to hold this a little bit more aggressively than we saw last round when they were on this basement defense. And hopefully Rainbow doesn't have to do all the killing. Maybe it can just get spread out. But it looks like they're not even paying attention to meeting at all. Just trying to find all the gadgets in sight right now. Probably don't even know how they're set up in meeting either, but we're going to see how these drones come out and how they actually use the Capitao. This is exactly what we're talking about on this basement defense. Capitao has been a real big problem, especially the smokes and firebolts that he has. You're going to see it looking like a push coming into the meeting with a plant going down. I don't know if they know this yet. Getting denied instead. He knows where the Jaeger and Doc is. He's actually watching the flank right now. This is a great play coming out with Thermite losing almost half his HP trying to get that plant down.
Death unexpectedly drops down below, but Merc is going to be on the other side. I'm sorry, Fultz will be on the other side of Split, but he pushes on through, takes down Factor, but this will allow Chef time to reposition himself and move back up onto T2. And also, as we saw earlier, we saw Art on that IQ being able to spot out that Yokai drone and ping the exact location, but it looks like Prod, actually 3 members of Organized Chaos can be watching, but that's going to be a C4 getting tossed on through for Rainbow. Time is running out, the plant needs to come, and now otherwise, Organized Chaos is going to be in really hot water. Already, Oasis going to start that plant. Last Toxic Base moves on through. Oasis is going to fall to the Toxic Base, and just like that, Toon Squad take 3 of their own. And this is looking really bad right now for Organized Chaos, leaving it all up to Bolt and Art. Def gets traded on out by Art, pushes on through, down, dropping down the hatch. And be able to see the arm. No, he will not. He actually pushes on through, running out of time. That'll be a frag coming out for Rainbow, and Toon Squad wins out the 4th round, tying the series up at 2-2.
You just saw Chef absolutely win that round. If Chef wouldn't have done the flank he did, that would have been a completely different outcome. Chef pushed so hard. Probably it's a big risk, big reward play, and it's exactly what ended up happening. Chef pushed out, getting 2 kills onto the people watching the hatch, and followed up by the Thermite getting killed trying to plant the diffuser. They probably should have switched it to someone else. Thermite only had half HP, so it's not too hard to kill him. But Chef coming out huge for Toon Squad.
Chef absolutely coming up huge indeed. We saw him, you know, I don't think he meant to drop down the hatch in electrical, but either way, that gave him more than enough time to rotate on ups into T2, being able to make sure that his angles were covered. And as we can see here, Toon Squad opting not to go upstairs into Kids, given that they've lost it twice already in this matchup. Well, instead decide to go for a tower take instead. And I really haven't seen Toon Squad all that much on Oregon, so I'm not exactly sure how their tower defense is. But as of right now, they're in pretty good standings. They're in pretty good shape. against Organized Chaos right now, sitting at 2-2. And I'm really excited to see and really eager to see how they manage to hold this tower.
Yeah, and you have to think, though, how they've won the last 2 rounds. It's almost been on the backs of one player each round that Toon Squad has won, versus it seems like Organized Chaos has been able to kind of spread out the work that they've been able to bring out. And I think that that's going to be the deciding factor. If Toons is going to get shut down, if like their key players get shut down in any way, shape, or form, and no one else steps up into that position, we're going to see Organized Chaos win the rest of these rounds. But I think the way that they've been playing, I don't think we'll see that. I think we're going to see a lot more picks come out from the other players on Toon Squad. It just seems like every so often, each different round is one different player than it was last time. Reinforcing out that meeting, though, going into this round is going to be the smoke. Probably a very smart play. They have the hatches open, making sure that no one comes in through the basement, as sometimes attackers like to do. But right now, drones coming out, trying to clear it from west to east. We're going to see that throughout this entire matchup. From west to east is usually how you clear it out. And we got Jaeger and T3. I don't even know if they're going to clear him out right now. It doesn't look like they'll even have time or to be able to.
Yeah, well, only 1 minute has already gone off the board so far. And one thing I also wanted to mention before was that you had Pult and Merc just duo carrying Organized Chaos together, providing 26 frags the last time that these two teams played on Consulate in a 7-3 fashion. So being able to pick up 26 in total, you had Pult with 14 and Merc with 12 in 10 rounds. That's absolutely impressive. But so far in this matchup, we've seen a bit of a turnaround with Toon Squad, and they're sitting pretty even right now, whereas the last time they were sitting at round 5, it was a 3-1 favor in Organized Chaos.
Yeah, and you have to think, though, right now, they haven't done much clearing in terms of getting people out of position. You see all the attackers lining up on the south side, which people don't normally do all the time, but it seems like that's what the take that they're going to do. They haven't really cleared T3 or T2, or even the basement. They're not even sending one to the basement right now, and that's going to be a problem because the C4s that are sitting down right now, Merc almost connecting, taking some of his own damage on himself, but we're going to see this drone coming out, making sure there's no one inside meeting and no one inside T1. This is going to become a problem because they don't realize the C4s are down there right now. They even have the Echo drone down there. They're going to be huge. A lot of plant denial coming out from this basement right now. Even the smoke sitting down there. I can't imagine that they're going to try to go for this with 50 seconds left, but we're going to see how they manage.
Yeah, so with that drop-down hatch open, currently going into the bottom hall, it's going to be Merc tossing down the nade, trying to see if he can find Factors currently playing down there. The reason why that hatch is open is that it'll allow Factor to toss the support and deny the plant that happens at that doorway. So right now, Factor is in really good position, and time is running out for Organized Chaos. They need to make something happen in the next 25 seconds. Otherwise, this round is going to be lost and then going in another favor for Toon Squad. Already, you're going to have Merc being able to toss down yet another nade, not finding anyone just yet, but hopefully going to cover the plant now, and that'll be a huge frag coming onto Factor. Oasis is able to get the plant off successfully. Bolts comes up big with the second frag onto Glitch. Plant does successfully go down for Organized Chaos. Talon finding the first Toon Squad, but it's not enough as Oasis and Merc finds 2 more for Organized Chaos. It's all up to Chef. Hops on out, takes down Oasis. That won't be enough, and that'll be another big 3K coming out for Merc. Chef falls. Organized Chaos takes the lead, and Merc boasting 5 frags after the rehost.
Yeah, that was an unlucky take, or I guess an unlucky defense coming out from Toon Squad. You saw them really relying on Factor to throw that C4 up and through the hatch, and the Buck really saw through that and was able to get the opening pick onto him and make sure the C4 doesn't get thrown out. But it didn't seem like they were set up on defense. They had the positioning, but I don't think they had the redundancy. They only had Factor sitting down there, and they lost that Echo drone to the grenade that got thrown down there. But you got to have that covered. You got to make sure that you think of the redundancy. So if Factor died, you got to have someone to follow that up. And it seemed like they tried, but it was too little, too late, especially with that Claymore that was placed on. With the Rook coming into this matchup, though, this next round, we saw that Rook switch on to the Alibi. I'm curious to see how they use Alibi.
Curious to see it too, because in my personal opinion, I don't think Alibi is that good of an operator. She's more selfish utility than anything. So when you see Reciprocity playing Pro League, it's not too uncommon to see Laxing take her, just given the fact of how Laxing just thrives so well on selfish utility. If you put Laxing on an island, he's one of the smartest players in all of Pro League and can really outduke you in any kind of 1v1 situation. So in my personal opinion, I don't think Factor is a selfish player. I think he's more team-oriented than anything, given how he's playing Valkyrie that last round, trying to prevent the plant. But it'll be really interesting to see how Toon Squad manages to work with this alibi. But also, just want to give you guys a quick update. Sonics have defeated Elevate 7-2 over on Stokes' stream, and that match was played on Coastline. So, ironically enough, that's the exact same scoring that happened in week 6, or I'm sorry, week 7 when this happened. So, just like that, Sonics are giving Elevate a taste of their own medicine, and they take the aggregate at a pretty even 14-14 split.
Yeah, and popping back into this round, let's see how they really switch this up. I feel like Toon Squad has been a little too set in their ways, but it seems like they're going to be using Chef on the dock, and they're going to have the alibi sitting inside dorms and the bunk right now, hopefully holding this a lot better. But sometimes the roam game isn't really necessary, but we saw Merc getting spotted on the alibi. It's probably the exact reason they brought her. Gonna be trying to buck out whoever is in dorms right now, and that's probably the smart move and the smart call coming from them. Oasis trying to push the other side. Rainbow actually isn't even in T3 right now. He's playing T1 with Oasis getting the opening kill on the Factor. That's the alibi gone. The Doc heard him. He knows he's there, and he's not going to be able to get out of this one right now because he's someone in kitchen. Almost next. Getting the kill is Chef onto Oasis. He's getting followed up is Art killing Chef. 4v3 right now, going into almost a minute 30 down. It's going to be interesting to see how losing 2 roamers, you don't want to do that in Oregon. It's a lot of manpower down.
Why is Oasis solo pushing this? I mean, I understand you have Art outside of the big window, but why is Oasis the one that's taking the gunfight? He hasn't used his hard breach utility. He hasn't used any kind of utility. Despite losing Oasis, it's now in favor of Organized Chaos as they're currently sitting at a 4v2. It's all up to Talon and Glitch, but right as I say that, Glitch can be able to take down Merc. And that's a huge frag, getting off one of the top players in North American Challenge League. They'll be able to sit him down and have him think about his next actions going into the next round.
Yeah, and 1 minute left on the board. It's a 2v3 right now. We're going to see how they do this. They don't really need the hard reach too much hit. Talon almost finding the headshot. That was really, really close, but Capitao right now very low, using those Capitao bolts correctly. This is exactly what we've been seeing from them. Using Capitao, he's really strong on this map. We're going to have almost 30 seconds left on the board. Glitch is still on T3. They haven't cleared him out. They know he's there, but they haven't cleared him out. Repelling in. Can he get this kill? He's going to be getting the opening kill for it now. It's 2v2 as Glitch gets the kill on Fultz. It's down to the Capitao and the IQ. Can they bring this back down and make this a 4v2 score line? Down 15 seconds left. IQ coming in, trying to get this plant down. Capitao probably going to be covering for him right now. The Echo Drone Talon coming out with a big, huge pick. Down to a 1v1. Art coming down, getting the kill onto Talon. Getting this plant down right now, using the Echo Drone. Very smart play. IQ sees it, gets the Echo Drone. They're gonna be following this up 1v1.
Oh, no.
Can't jump down. 0 seconds left. Plant is going down. Getting the ping off right now is Glitch. Can he get the kill? And it's gonna be the kill on to the IQ. Glitch doing an absolute work. Unlucky couldn't use the Echo Drone, but oh my god, that was such a close round. This is gonna be 3v3 going into the next half.
Very true enough indeed, and unlucky for Art. A really big heads-up play coming on through, being able to take down that Yokai Drone, getting the plant off, but time was just not on his side. And as of right now, our bans are still at Maverick, Glaz, Maestro, and Mira, as our spectator Affy is going to be reminding our friends in the matchup right now. We have Maverick, Glaz, Maestro, and Mira that are currently banned, so those 4 operators cannot be taken. And I'm pretty sure that both teams know, but we're just going to give them a little friendly reminder, just due to the fact that when we rehosted, we slipped up on that part. But either way, we go into a 3-3 split. We'll have Organized Chaos switch over to the defense, which moves Toon Squad onto the attack. And interestingly enough, we're going to have Factor on the Capitao and Brainbow on the Zofia. In my personal opinion, I do think that those two should be switched. I think that Brainbow... I think that Factor just strives better on the entry fragging role, but given the way that Brainbow's been playing throughout this matchup, he's been really aggressive and landing shots on his ones. So, at least for the time being right now, I'm not too opposed for Brainbow taking Zofia over Factor, but it's just that the way the season's been being played out, I do think that Factor's a bit more better on the entry fragging role compared to Brainbow.
Yeah, you have to think about what is the unpredictability. That's what you don't want someone to be able to watch VODs and get a guess on who's going to go what operator during a strat. And I think that might be what they're playing into. Toon Squad likes to switch it up a little bit. They're not always too stuck in their ways. It's more of their mid-game, mid-round stuff that they have a hard time switching. But I feel like their strategy and stuff is pretty well defined, and they're able to kind of move everyone around very flexibly. And I think that we're going to see it into this round. And this is going to be the start of the next half with Team Switch. So I'm curious to see if we see the same level of aggression come out from Toons, or if we see the same level of aggression come out for Organized Chaos, and how that really will play out.
Yeah. So looking back at the selfish utility that I was mentioning earlier when we saw Toon Squad take the alibi, just when I say selfish utility, it means that she provides literally nothing for the team. The decoys, sure, they give out pings every now and then if you manage to shoot a decoy, but other than that, it's not a whole lot of information that you can do. You're only giving one piece of information to your team on one operator on the attackers, and really it's just it's selfish utility just due to the fact that she provides nothing for the team. But you know, people can think what they want to think. My personal opinion, I feel that she's selfish utility. It's the reason why Laxing strives on her, as we saw last week in US Nationals on Border. Even in Pro League, you know, he was doing a ton of work in Pro League on Border as well. Just being able to utilize the alibi upstairs inside of Archives and Armory. But we'll be moving back on through into Challenger League now. Factor getting the opening pick onto Merc. And that'll be the Polstead. A huge pick indeed. Not only is that a C4 down, but that's a ton of information off the board for the defenders. Organized Chaos is gonna have to work around now that Merc is off the board.
Yeah, they're gonna have to work around. That's a lot of utility off the board too, and that's one of the things where if you don't have that left, it's more so the C4. If you don't have that on the board, it's going to be really hard to hold. But we see the Valkyrie still on the board with her C4. But we're going to see how they really decide to take this right now. We're going to see him trying to go for the window. Pretty much the exact same take that OC did right now, with IQ trying to find exactly where the Echo is. And he's down, and they know that right now. And he's trying to attack straight in with Art and Full still downstairs. And there's no way for them to get this Echo up right now. And they know for a fact that he's down. Oasis getting the kill onto Brainbow, though, hopping in through Addict. Very smart play. Good call out from the IGL to have him do that, because that honestly wasted a lot of time. They're trying to just kill his Echo, but I think they have bigger things to focus on right now. And that Jaeger looks like he's on 1 HP. And, oh, that is Jaeger, not Echo. That's my bad. But that's a lot of utility off the board coming with the Zofia, losing it, and that's Brainbow getting the next kill, and that's going to be the person who was downed inside dorms. And Chef getting the next kill onto Art.
Very true enough indeed. Yeah, so Frog was downed inside his dorms, but he just had no kind of backup to be able to pick him up. It's already yet a 1v4 for Fultz. Can he clutch it up? One of the best players in Challenger League. He will not. You have Glitch swinging on through from the top of White Stairs, taking off the head of Fultz. And just like that, Toon Squad coming back, swinging strong on their first attack. And it'll be a very great round coming out for them, and they regain the lead.
Yeah, and for whatever reason, Dorms just doesn't seem to be working. I mean, we saw Toons go twice. They lost both of them in pretty decided fashion, and we just saw OC go it and still lose it. So we're going to be seeing them going down into the basement right now. Hopefully we see a little bit better defense and a little bit more organized defense than we saw when Toon Squad came out. It came down to a lot of one person getting a lot of kills, but hopefully we'll see OC do a little bit better on trying to hold meeting a little bit more aggressively. And you see Toon Squad, this is what we're talking about. Toon Squad played really aggressive, and unlucky that Brainbow died, but Toon Squad played pretty aggressively on that push, and I think it paid dividends to them. Hopefully they can keep switching it up on OC, and hopefully OC won't be able to counter this, because Toon Squad really needs this match right now.
Yeah, Toon Squad really needs to bring home the W right now for themselves. They want to have any kind of chance making playoffs. And on the other side of things, Organized Chaos needs to win this matchup if they want to keep their #1 spot, because as of right now, with Sonics getting that win over Elevates, this could be really dangerous if Organized Chaos manages to lose this game. But you know, we have maybe 7 more turns to play, but you know, it's not over until it's over. We're coming at a 3-4 side right now in favor of Toon Squad. And that last round just really dominant coming into the final closing moments on that Kids take.
Yeah, we're gonna be seeing, it looks like 2 roamers up inside of attic, maybe inside of dorms right now. Probably have a rotation hole into attic. And you're gonna see this Zofia, actually they have both roamers inside dorms right now. It's a pretty epic. And we got Rainbow getting the first opening kill. We got Merc trying to follow this up right now, almost getting that quick peek. Gonna be trying to hold this really aggressively. This is gonna be his hill to die on right now. Can he get this kill? Merc getting seen, getting an opening kill. Art following it up onto his own. What a great play to help his teammate out and make sure that Merc doesn't get pushed out of there too fast.
Merc just going absolutely bonkers there up top of White, being able to take down Factor. I'm not too sure why Factor was getting so aggressive there. He could have let Brainbow come through, but either way, that's going to be Glitch and Factor being taken on down in favor of Fault being the first one slain off the board. And right now, Merc is situated himself inside a bathroom, just trying to fight for his life, but either way, that's going to be a big brain play coming out for Brainbow as a wallbang Merc, and it evens things out now for Toon Squad with close to half the round remaining.
That was a great play coming out from the roam that Merc had. It really slowed this down. He got 2 important people off the wall. They only have 1 set of smokes, and that was the Capitao. And Capitao is now dead, but they still have some soft breach and still have the hard breach on the board. So hopefully they'll be able to get all the hatches open right now. We're going to be seeing them try to get it open. Zofia probably going to be pushing through meeting right now. They're trying to get set up on the defense. Can they hold this site down is the real question. They still have the Echo and Smoke on the board. It's a lot of plant denial with a minute left on the board. We're going to see that Echo Drone is shocked right now and getting shot out. That's a great play coming out from the Thatcher and the Zofia on this drone playing together. That's a teamwork we like to see.
Very true enough indeed. Teamwork we like to see as well, and really good droning and information coming on through for Toon Squad, but they're starting to run out of time. They have 48 seconds left to play on through. Plant's going to start to come down. Tossing out a Toxic Wave is going to be Oasis, but still, that'll be more than enough to be able to stop Talon from getting that defuse off. As we now come into the final moments of the round, you're gonna have Prod just trying to rotate on through with those drones, but finally be situated on enough. And ironically, that's gonna be the Yokai drone being taken down. Huge heads up play coming out from Talon, and this Plant will be able to come on through. C4 gets tossed out, tickling Talon just a little bit, but this round looks to be all over and going in the favor of Toon Squad. Taking on third is going to be the Bandit of Arc, trying to land the shot. He needs onto Brainbow, but Brainbow is instead going to be taken down. Oasis trades out onto Talon. That's Diffuser. Not enough time coming on through, but moving on through is going to be Brainbow. He'll take down the Zofia. Not enough time. Oasis takes down Brainbow, and Organized Chaos, after seemingly looking lost this entire round, managed to pull the magic trick out of their hat and win it out on the skin of their teeth.
Yeah, and just so, because I think you might have missed it, I think the smoke came out, or the C4 came out, and caused the Hibana to get off of the plant really, really close to getting it down. I almost think that they should have just stuck it, but a really close plant to almost getting it down. And you gotta question Toon Squad why they weren't trying to cover their bases. It almost seemed like no one was really covering them. You had the person on the hatch, but I don't think that was enough. But it's really hard to do when you don't have any smokes on the board. But going into this round, we're going to be seeing a Doc getting switched out for Pulse, and we're going to be going to Kids Dorms. Probably the right call. ACOG is really useful on this site either way, but we're going to be seeing them use the Pulse. Merc didn't do too much last time they went here, so I'm hoping that we see a little bit different play coming out from Merc.
Yeah, hopefully we'll see some good plays coming out from Merc indeed, but in all honesty, he went absolutely monstrous on top of those white stairs, taking down Factory, and he had Art rotate on up the ladder over by Attic, using those shotgun holes that Oasis was able to make for himself, and really provided a huge dividends, giving Organized Chaos the lead for just a short minute of time, for just a short moment of time, excuse me, as eventually had Rainbow come on through into the kitchen and being able to take down Merc, who was sitting inside of the bathroom. And that round, I don't know exactly why Talon got off of the defuse, but either way, that gives another round into Organized Chaos, and we're tied yet again at 4-4.
This map usually goes the distance like this, and honestly, it's interesting to see how this Maestro ban is really affecting the rest of this matchup, because both teams keep bringing IQ. So Valkyrie cams and the mutes and the ADSs, anything that can be shot by IQ has been shot, and we've seen the Echo Drones even get taken out also. So it's really, really hard to play against this IQ with so much information that she can gather on her sensor. It's really just been showing how strong IQ has been in this matchup.
IQ is the perfect counter to a lot of intel operators on the defense. You have Merc on the Pulse, Fultz on the Valkyrie, you have Art's mute jammers sitting on the ground. And with this IQ coming out from Glitch, he'll be exactly trying to spot out those black eye cameras that were coming out from Fultz. So I think he's gonna be able to spot out the default camera now sitting inside of tower, but I believe that was also a mute jammer sitting above on T2 stairs.
Yeah, and those mute jammers, man, just make everything so difficult to really just see where it's going. And we're gonna see the opening pick coming out for Fultz onto Talon. This team has turned.
That
Someone
is the
else.
diffuser. That's the
Someone
diffuser.
else is at the steering wheel right now. I don't know what happened to old Organized Chaos, but right now they are looking like a completely different team. That's Diffuser down in bathroom, and that's a big hold, or in showers, I mean. And you're gonna see Glitch trying to get this back right now. That Valkyrie, very smart play, trying to just hold it down. Just pretty much your hill to die on. You just gotta try to hold as much time as you can. There's a minute 30 gone on the board, almost a minute 40. And I'm missing Rainbow, seeing that person inside of kitchen right now with Fultz, still holding it down. Not going to be letting this one go at all, and getting another kill and Fultz onto Glitch. He's not letting this diffuser go.
Now Fultz, this is, like you said, this is his hill to die on, and Rainbow not getting cautious, but that's going to be a big frag coming out from Art onto Rainbow. 5v2 in favor of the defenders. Complete control of the diffuser, and Toon Squad, in all honesty, this is 99% in favor of Organized Chaos on the 1% chance that they somehow manage to slip up. That's going to be Fultz getting droned on out now, sitting inside of showers, but Factor getting really close to Fultz now. He's currently sitting over by the showers on the right-hand side. Now there's only 30 seconds left to go. Sights all the way upstairs, and Prod takes down the fourth. That'll be Chef falling. It's all up to Factor with 25 seconds left to play out. He needs to find 4 members. The potatoes on the Jaeger sitting inside the kitchen, coming on through, not even being able to take down Fultz. He finally will be able to do so, but Prod swings around on through inside the kitchen, takes down Factor, and Organized Chaos coming up big with another round in their pocket. And that's all thanks to Fultz sitting inside of showers, not giving up control of that diffuser.
That was probably a great call coming out from the IGL to make sure that Fultz doesn't let that go. That's a great find to have, and he was all alone inside showers. I don't know what the call was or what exactly the plan was, but he was all alone inside showers, and Fultz just really not caring who else is there and getting a very big pick onto the attacking side. But heading into this next round, we're going to be seeing how they hold tower. They're bringing Castle this time. We didn't see a Castle last time. And we're going to be seeing Rainbow switching onto Sledge from the Zofia. Probably a smart switch. Both are soft destruction, but you can take down a lot more castles with the Sledge. And we're going to be seeing the Bandit coming out instead of the Echo. That's an interesting choice, especially since they've been bringing Thatcher every single round. But we're going to be seeing how exactly they decide to use this Bandit.
Yeah. We've seen a lot of Organized Chaos's defenses, at least on Oregon, mostly starting off in the tower when they first started, but I'm pretty sure that teams were preparing for tower holds when they reviewed Organized Chaos's VODs, and that kind of caused Organized Chaos to kind of falter a little bit in the latter half of the season. And really, it proved it last week, and as well as the previous week. We're really struggling on this tower defense, but shaking things up, going kids and downstairs in the basement, throwing in tower in the middle of their defense is really it's really interesting to me, considering that, you know, just the head coach of Chrysler being able to utilize that call, and really as well as Fultz. But yet again, we're going to be seeing Fultz utilize this Valkyrie camera. I believe that it'll be caught out, and I believe that's fact. That's actually me, Chef. Maybe if the Valkyrie camera gets tossed out, maybe not. But Fultz is going to go for a very wild peek outside of the front door.
Yeah, and that Valkyrie cam really just paying dividends right now. You might not have seen him on the Valkyrie cam, but definitely heard him. Again, this is just, they're playing out of their mind right now. They're not playing how you normally think teams play. They're playing like they have nothing to lose. And right now, OC needs at least a point. And if they win this round, they get at least, guaranteed at least 1 point onto the standings. And that'll put them above Sonics, who just won their last matchup. But heading into this round, we're going to be seeing how they really try to take this. That Thatcher almost lost his life to Fultz. That was a really, really close encounter. We're going to see they're going to go for a T3 take right now, setting it up, and that's exactly what you want to do. You have to clear them out anyways at some point, so you might as well do it now instead of later on in the round.
Clown's going to go ahead and rappel out onto the satellite balcony, but they'll elect to not move there. Instead, going to run around and try to provide some cover, but you're going to have Factor now repelling from the north end. Merc getting super aggressive on those north windows. As we're going to be seeing some ADS get burned on through. There's going to be a drone get tossed on out. I believe that's going to be Talon on the rappel. Already, that's going to be Merc fully flashing. Rainbow, despite not being able to wide peek it, and tossing the nade on the opposite side of Merc, but Merc's still sitting in a really decent spot, but he's actually been down, so that'll actually be a great frag to come on through for Toon Squad, and they can sit pretty now as Chef takes down Fault sitting outside of lobby. Advantage is now in favor of Toon Squad, and I'm not exactly too sure why Prod is getting super aggressive sitting inside a split now.
Yeah, and sitting inside a split, you saw Chef holding down this rotation right now. Great call coming out from them, making sure that no one's able to go back into meeting and maybe help out a little bit, force them up the staircase. Right now, they're trying to take control of T3 while all the defenders are trying to push up with those C4s that they have. They know that they can't repel, and we got Factor actually repelling in onto T2. He doesn't know that there's someone in attic right now just trying to deal with the person on the stairs. That's going to be Prod getting the next kill onto Factor. That's going to be a huge pick that he found, and Rainbow getting taken out by Oasis with Glitch, taking out Oasis right after Glitch getting another kill. Glitch getting a third kill! What a big play from Glitch, coming in strong.
Huge round coming out for Glitch, landing himself quick 3 frags, as you can see in that kill cam. Absolutely monstrous, and this matchup is just back and forth, back and forth. No team really breaking away for a 2-round lead. We're currently sitting at 5-5 here. And oh my goodness, absolutely huge plays coming out on both ends from both teams. And in all honesty, we could potentially walk away with a tie here.
Yeah, I mean, we might walk away with the tie. Either way, that'll help. Either way, that'll help them. But heading into this next round, we have Valkyrie maybe 6 picking. We got the Zofia switching back to the Sledge. And we're going to see if the 6th pick ends up coming out. Going to be going down to the laundry basement area. Got the Doc coming out instead of the Valkyrie. Probably the right call. They've been using that IQ pretty well. You have to be seeing that if you're on defense.
Yes, sir. Indeed. So coming into round number 11, both of these teams need to find a way to win 2 rounds in a row for a win. Toon Squad more so needs this more than anyone. They want to keep their playoff hopes alive, but if they manage to let Organized Chaos win this round, they can kiss their playoff hopes goodbye, and we'll have to see them in the qualifiers next round.
Yeah, hopefully we don't have to see him in the qualifiers. I'd love to see them advance into the playoffs, but right now it's going to come down to who can really win this matchup. A lot of times these Oregon matches tend to go the distance, so I'm curious to see if we end up in a 7-5 or if both these teams are going to tie right now, and that's really what it's going to come down to is who can get the opening picks, who can keep the momentum on their side, because it seems like right when it looks like someone's about to win the round, it completely turns around from a big opening pick like you saw Glitch just did last round.
Yeah, Glitch is coming absolutely monstrous so far in this matchup, and really the past week as well. Glitch came up huge, dropping 14, although unfortunately he ended in a tie, but you know, he was the savior and really big saving grace for Toon Squad the entire matchup. He was able to frag out of his mind, pick up the slack for the rest of his team. And really, it's been really back and forth so far throughout this entire matchup. So Toon Squad needs to buckle themselves down. They need to get their heads in the game and find themselves 2 rounds in a row in order to win out this matchup. But that's going to be Arc getting drawn on out behind the sandbag, sitting inside of meeting. I don't even think he knows that his position has been compromised, but he's going to have some backup now coming in with the Merc, so both GSG9 operators will be sitting inside of meeting now.
Yeah, and he just saw that drone that you were just talking about. He just saw that drone under the pew. That was a perfect, pretty much big brain, getting rid of some of the intel that they had. Doc trying to get an early peek. Capitao losing almost 25 of his HP. Rainbow trying to take this from the other side of meeting right now. They haven't cleared anyone out of meeting. They haven't cleared anyone out of tower. And it looks like that's exactly what they're going to be holding right now. Very smart play. It seems like both teams have been holding tower pretty well. There hasn't been too much clearing that's been coming out. And we might see another Doc push out again from Connector and maybe get some kills onto someone over the hatch. But as we move into the final minute almost of this round, they know that there's no one in meeting right now, but they got to know there's someone on tower stairs. We got 3 or 4 people sitting downstairs in the basement, and we got the Echo drone on the board also. So that's a lot of plant denial combined with the smoke that we have. It's a lot of plant denial on board.
Very true indeed. So a nade's going to be able to be used from Rainbow to be able to take down that bulletproof cam. Toxic Bay is going to get used now in the final minute of play. Pretty good time management coming out for Organized Chaos, but Merc's going to get... Wow, he's going to be able to skip over the Claymore. A huge play coming out from Merc and really big luck on his side. And as he's now going to be pushing down the Z Hall, I think there was somebody sitting inside a kitchen. If I'm not mistaken, it's actually going to be Chef inside a pantry, so if he's not careful, he could get flanked by Merc, who's currently sitting inside of the bathroom now. But as we come out into the last 20 seconds of play, a second Toxic Babe has been used now for Oasis. I'm really curious to see how this happens on through. 15 seconds left to play on through. Merc's going to be pushing on in. Talon going for that plant. Merc's moving on through. And able to take down one, takes down two. Huge frag coming up for Organized Chaos. 4 for Organized Chaos as False takes down Chef. 3v1. Plant successfully goes down. Talon takes one down, but Merc is there to take down Talon. And Organized Chaos will win out the 11th round. Toon Squad's playoffs, dreams, and hopes will be shut down. And at the very most, they'll be able to walk away with the tie. And unfortunately, we will have to see them next season, if any, throughout the qualifiers.
Merc came out with a huge play. First off, he jumped over the Claymore, running outside, going across the attic pretty much to the other side. I don't know why no one double checked for him or had a drone set up or any sort of coverage on them. It seemed like everyone was so focused on the plant that they didn't really care the fact that Merc was there. And that might come out to where Nomad might have helped that push a little bit. I feel like Nomad could have done a little bit more work than maybe someone else on the board, but you got to think about Merc when you're crossing like that. That's honestly probably one of the biggest plays that I've seen him ever do. That's a lot of firepower in such a small amount of time. He killed 4 people in like the dying seconds of that round.
Yeah, huge plays coming out from Merc, and really just I'm questioning why Chef wasn't on the watch from White Stairs. He got detected. There's no other way, shape, or form that Merc could have rotated anywhere else without getting detected, besides going on from Highway. I'm pretty sure that he thought maybe Merc was downed after he heard the Claymore get blasted, but that's not the case. You need to be able to drone that out, be able to provide yourself with that for sure information. That falls on 1, whoever placed the Claymore, and 2, I'm gonna go with Chef on that one. Just due to the fact that he was the closest one to Merc. I'm not sure if he had a drone to work with, but you know, that also doesn't beat the fact that he didn't go out to check and see if Merc had been downed or not, being able to confirm that frag. And that is an absolutely huge blow to Toon Squad. And unfortunately, like I just said that last round, their playoff hopes and dreams have been absolutely crushed. And unfortunately, we will not be seeing them back next season should they not make it back to the qualifiers.
Yeah, but heading into this round, the map's not over. We still can see them tie at least. And I'm hoping that Toon Squad maybe just thinking about that a little bit less and hopefully focusing on just this round. Hopefully these Claymores actually work this time, and hopefully no one is able to do some crazy run out like we just saw from Merc. That was a huge play. I'm hoping that we can see that momentum carry Organized Chaos pretty much for the rest of this matchup, because it's going to be very important that they win out this round to really get the 3 points on the standings rather than just a 1 point from a tie.
That would be very huge indeed as well, because if they lose this, if they tie this game, they'll be 1 point ahead of Sonics. We're currently sitting at that 26-point mark right now. They're beating Elevate out 7-2 on Coastline, but the final round of play in our first matchup of North American Challenge League Season 9, Playday 7, and it all rides on the shoulders if Toon Squad are able to come back and tie at the very most.
Yeah, we gotta hope to see that the Zofia sees him in the back pantry. It looks like he might actually be in meeting, holding a very tight angle. Yep, and it's gonna be Art trying to push up with Merc on that pulse. Hopefully Merc's gonna be able to get a pick right now, and right as I say that, Prod getting the opening kill on the Brainbolt. That's a lot of firepower off the board with Zofia and it's going to be Merc getting the next kill on the Factor. This is really not looking good for Toon Squad right now. They seem to be falling apart, and it looks like OC is pretty much in the driver's seat to get this W on the board.
2 operators off the board, 3 more to go for Organized Chaos's victory. 1 more minute for another W in their pocket after a very huge blow that they received last week, taking 2 very big L's. And as we now push into the final minute of play. Glitch gonna get the frag onto Prod. A very late trade nonetheless, but that'll slowly improve the odds for Toon Squad. But you still have Merc trying to waste time up above. Already False getting an opening pick, another pick, and Art comes up huge onto Chef. This is all said and done. Chef barely, Glitch barely moving on through now into the dining hall. 30 seconds left to play on out. He needs to find 4 members of Organized Chaos, but that more than likely is not going to happen. This will be GG 7-5 in favor of Organized Chaos. Running out of time, just trying to find exit frags. They will find one onto Art though. Swinging on through. Fultz comes in through dining. That'll be GG 7-5. Organized Chaos takes the W and finally putting themselves back on the board after suffering 2 huge losses last week.
I can't believe we just saw a 7-5 on the board. I think a lot of that came from the momentum that Merc actually brought to that last 2 rounds. Merc totally destroying on that 11th round, and then just pretty much closing it out was Art and Prod getting those couple kills in the last round. I can't believe that it went down the way it did, but you got to give